Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome to the Going In Raw Elimination Chamber 2021 Predictions Extravaganza. That's right, this Sunday on the Twitch at on YouTube, youtube.com/Steven Larson. We'll be doing our live reactions, and after that, we'll be doing our actual recap of the show of Elimination Chamber on Twitch, twitch.tv/Steven Larson. Should be a grand old time.
It should.
And of course, there's two titles on the line. Out of respect to your championship reign, Larson, I've done what you usually do. I've just dumped the titles on the floor over there.
Well, no. Ever since I got my guitar rack back there, I placed the belts on there. Just because you don't see them, don't assume they're just laying on the floor.
Oh, is it that much of an assumption to make, given that you have a history of years of just putting them on the floor, that you would actually do something?
No, in the office, I'd put them in a chair. I wouldn't put them on the floor.
I've literally seen Big Gold and Big Red on the floor in the background of your office right there.
That's before I got the guitar rack, but since guitar rack, they've not been on the floor. Anyways, before we get into our predictions, there's only five. There was 5 announced matches. Let's see if all 5 of these happen as announced. Before we get into the matches and our picks, we do confidence points around here. So confidence points, they work like this. The match you're most confident in this instance, you give 5 confidence points. The match you're least confident in, you give 1. So on down the line, every match you pick correctly, you get that number of points. Whoever has the most points at the end of the show, they win predictions.
Okay, so I'm going to caveat this really quickly because I know I get people saying, Steve is supposed to change his picks. I do reserve the right, if we are tied on everything including confidence points, to swap one of my picks or one of my confidence points.
No, that makes sense because otherwise, like, there's no point doing this if it's like a surely a tie, you know?
And I kind of get the feeling this is probably going to be a tie situation.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get to it. Well, you never know. You never know.
All right, what's first, Larson?
First, U.S. title match, Bobby Lashley versus Matt Riddle versus Keith Lee now. We've heard reports, I believe we talked about on episode News Brief, about Keith Lee, his status for this match potentially being up in the air. You know what? Whether he's in this match or not, I think the outcome is going to be the same. I think it's going to be Hurt Lock on Matt Riddle. I think Bob Lashley is going to successfully defend the U.S. title, retain. I got 3 confidence points. Bob Lashley goes over.
Don't need to make any changes then, because I've got 2 confidence points on Bob Lashley as well. I think that this feud probably was meant. Number one, if Riddle is able to somehow pin or submit Bob Lashley, that'll be the most unreal, given what they've set up. It'd be the most unrealistic thing in the history, man. They have made an absolute joke out of the idea that Matt Riddle could ever challenge Bob Lashley. You throw Keith Lee in there, I don't know how Riddle's chances will get any better. If Keith Lee does show up here, I kind of feel like it's just to initiate a feud between Keith Lee and the Hurt Business. So, it's Bob Lashley. Got 2 confidence points here.
Very well. Next, Asuka originally was supposed to be taking on Lacey Evans for the Raw Women's title. That match is still up on WWE.com. So we don't know if Asuka for sure is going to have a match, who her opponent's going to be. Nonetheless, we'll make a pick here. Asuka versus to be decided. Who do you have, Steve?
3 confidence points on Asuka. They could do something really fun and have like Alexa Bliss reignite their rivalry, if you want to even call it that. Asuka was really just a bystander during that. She was a placeholder so that we could all see Alexa Bliss's new fancy powers of switching her gear mid-shot, of clever editing powers. But I get the feeling they're probably going to go down a bit more boring of a route. Maybe put Peyton Royce in there, given that she is Lacey Evans' tag team partner, I guess. I have Asuka with 3 confidence points here. I don't see them doing this here. I mean, they've gone this long with the title run. Why not have the title change happen in Mania with like a Rhea Ripley or somebody?
I have Asuka with 1, and the confidence point number is so low, not because I don't think Asuka is going to win, unless Charlotte comes out and challenges her. I think whoever Asuka faces, Asuka's going to get that win. It's just hedge and bets in case it is Charlotte or in case the match doesn't happen at all. 1 confidence point.
Asuka. There you go.
Next, the Smackdown Elimination Chamber match. You got Kevin Owens versus Cesaro versus Jey Uso versus Sami Zayn versus King Corbin versus Daniel Bryan. I've wrestled in my mind whether they're going to give Kevin Owens this win and then have him face Roman one last time. But then if that were the case, it's still another scenario where Owens could say, well, you still didn't really beat me because I went through 5 other guys just to get this chance. You didn't really beat me one-on-one. And I don't know if they want to go to that 4 pay-per-views in a row. You got Daniel Bryan as a potential winner here, but he's been losing a lot. He seems to be in the mindset of putting other people over. So it's Cesaro. Cesaro gets the win in my mind. Cesaro gets this win. He's been on a bit of a push of late. He gets the win. Maybe he starts out 1 or 2 in the chamber. Last man standing. Roman comes running out. They have the match. Cesaro puts in a hell of a match, even after going through the chamber. Loses, gets the rematch at Fastlane. Of course, he's going to lose that, unfortunately. And then Roman goes on to face Edge at WrestleMania. I got Cesaro 2 confidence points.
This might be my Raquel Gonzalez situation where I proffered the idea early on that Cesaro would win the chamber. I ain't going there. They had Stone Cold Kevin Owens come down and stun the living crap out of everybody in the ring. Cesaro's not going to win this thing. He's in the Intercontinental level. This will springboard him to to be into the Intercontinental scene. He'll put up a really good fight in the chamber. Probably be like a Sami Zayn type thing. It's totally Kevin Owens. I've got 1 confidence point. So not a lot of confidence points simply because there are some very intriguing matchups here. Could be Jey Uso, could be Cesaro, like you said. I don't think it's going to be any of them. I think it's going to be Kevin Owens. I got 1 confidence point on this.
It's interesting how we have flipped on this, because right after SmackDown, I was like, 100% Kevin Owens win this match. The more I've marinated on it, the more I've thought about it, the more I've come around to Cesaro.
Yeah, I just think that, like, it's, to me, when I stepped back and looked at it, I was like, okay, if they do Cesaro, I'll be impressed, because they don't really do stuff like that. This guy, people love him. He's been, he just re-signed a deal with the WWE. But this is going to be his Shinsuke Nakamura gauntlet match, except he's not going to win it. He'll probably come in first or something, put on like a killer performance. Everybody's going to make him look like $1 million. And then in the very end, Jey Uso's going to screw him over somehow. Cheat somehow. It's Elimination Chamber. You can't really cheat.
See, that's why I think that's probably what's going to happen to Kevin Owens. Is Kevin Owens is going to seem like he's on the verge of winning, and Jey Uso is going to cost him the match.
Yeah, but the problem is then you're back to square one, and then he
or
has to take on Jey
Zayn,
Uso,
or they're going to use this to transition to Owens versus Sami Zayn potentially.
Yeah, I think that, like, until Owens has, dude, we all saw how that last man standing match played out with the goofy, the ref stopped counting, which they really never addressed, and they really should have. Honestly, it's mind-boggling to me that somebody in the gorilla position didn't say, Owens, get pissed at the ref for not counting and shove him, and that will buy them some time. Instead, everybody just sat around. Well, Heyman was in his sweaty little sausage hands. We're trying to get those handcuffs unlocked. They're going to do a make do for that, and that's probably why they made this match the way it was, which I think is something that you had suggested been the possibility. So yes, we have flip flopped, and there you go. You'll probably retain Big Red because of it, but I guess we'll find out come Sunday.
We'll find out next. Roman Reigns versus whoever wins this chamber match. Roman Reigns 5 confidence points. I mean, without a doubt.
I got 4 because I just don't think there's any. The reason why I have less confidence points on this match than the other is because Roman could find a way to, like, back out of it, do a double DQ, something silly like that. So, like, the fact that he thinks that he's got, like, the smooth road, and then all of a sudden a Kevin Owens or even a Cesaro comes at him, with nothing but firepower, he might have to duck out of this again and have a wonky finish. That's the only reason I have 1 less confidence point on this one.
You know what? I'll say this for all of Roman's pay-per-view matches is, usually all of his finishes are overbooked, whether it be.
But he always wins. Yeah.
He always wins. He always pins or submits his opponent. So.
And it could be a situation where, given that, it could be a situation where, yes, he has always won. He's never had, like, a DQ thing, and so he's inching closer and closer to losing that title. And then it ends up at, I don't know, Fastlane or SmackDown main event or something. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Next, Raw chamber match. Drew McIntyre defending the title against Kofi Kingston, Sheamus, Randall Keith Orton, AJ Styles, and Jeff Hardy. Who do you got, Steve, and why?
Drew McIntyre with all the confidence points, and it's simple. They're not going to have him lose that title at whatever this pay-per-view is, Elimination Chamber. It's going to come down to him and Sheamus. I mean, Sheamus won the right to be last man that comes out of Pod, and it's going to come down to him and Sheamus. Him and Sheamus are not going to probably touch each other until everybody else is eliminated. Then they're going to have their basically impromptu match where Drew McIntyre is already going to be beat up, and he's going to lash Sheamus. Sheamus will say, yeah, but that wasn't a real match. Have their singles match at Fastlane. But no, this is 100%. There is no ambiguity here. McIntyre walks out with that title.
Yeah, that's the reason he took the L in the gauntlet match on Raw. Yeah. Story of Drew is all about him learning to become champion. He couldn't run the gauntlet on Raw, and through the process of losing, he has learned how to run the gauntlet of the Elimination Chamber, totally winning. Drew 4 confidence points.
There you go. All right. Well, hey, let us know what you think in the comments below. And then also, when the enforcer, Stevie Bradley, drops his predictions video for
Trios title.
I want to know what his Manic pick is going to be, Larson. Is he going to go for Daniel Bryan to win? Is he going to go with
Cesaro, 5 confidence points?
To be determined, 5 confidence points against Asuka. Keith Lee, not even in the... I feel like that's going to be his Manic pick, Larson. I think he's going to pick Keith Lee to win that match, and Keith Lee's not even going to be in it, much like it was his Goldberg pick to win the Rumble. But you never know. He might walk away with trios.
When you want to get that title, man, you got to take some chances.
Got to take some chances, man.
Got to take some chances.
Which is exactly what I did not do here. Safe picks across the board. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Let us know who you think is going to win at Elimination Chamber in the comments below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notify bell so you always know when we're going live with something. Thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Help support Going In Raw today by becoming a Friendo Club TV member. You'll get access to new bonus episodes every week, including Friendo Club Arcade, Live Power Rank, Vintage 10 for the Wins, and Ask Steven Larson. Get access to Friendo Club TV today by becoming a $5 and up patron at patreon.com/Steven Larson, by throwing us a sub at twitch.tv/Steven Larson, or by clicking join at youtube.com/Steven Larson.